Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, I'll send in Spalai, and welcome to this Let's Play of Queen's Wish 2, The Judgment. Last episode, we got our next task. Go to Jaheira, the local city of the Skyfolk, and speak with them to try and convince them to be our vassals. Although, having arrived here, the place is completely empty. At least in the area we walk through. No guards, no people, no nothing. Something feels off. I feel like we may end up having a fight. Sutter is here, of course, but he is barely holding on. For now, let's see what we can do in here. This tower is the border between the vassal and skyfolk parts of Jaheira. It is a massive structure full of offices, courtrooms, and other key bits of administration. Of course, they can't do proper planning and negotiation outside. The more important victims of the Skyfolk come in here to be dealt with. If you want to deal with someone important, this is probably the best place to look. Okay. Casual waiting room, makes sense. This hall is for negotiations between the Skyfolk and the other peoples of the mountains. Though with the Skyfolk, negotiations take the form of commands. Resistance is answered with death. This is where the leaders of the other nations are brought to be specially humiliated. At least it doesn't usually happen outside where everyone can see. Sutter looks through a few of the scrolls. Decent record-keeping, grim judgments, though. Haven can make the people of these mountains a far better offer than the Skyfolk can. I'm sure. There are several offices in the west wing of this floor. You aren't sure exactly what they're for. The records have been hastily torn up, and everything of value, informational or otherwise, has been removed. It does speak to a highly organized command structure, though. Sutter seems bored. Okay, emptied out the offices of everything important. That does make sense. This is a map room. The Skyfolk keep lots of charts and maps to maintain their empire. As the valleys to the south were explored, records of what was learned were kept here. You look at some of the maps only to find that they have been hurriedly defaced. Key areas have been torn out or covered with blobs of ink. The Skyfolk have made sure to destroy any information that could aid Haven's armies. And another meeting room. Upstairs, then, I suppose. That looks like the main room. This floor of the tower is for ceremonies. There's a ballroom, a dueling hall, and a bunch of extra storage for records. There's nobody here. However, if you listen carefully, you think you can hear muttering coming down the hallway. Someone is upstairs. So no one is here. But I suppose upstairs we go. And there we have the person. You reach the top level of the tower. It's not used often. It is where the most momentous discussions take place. You see 7 thrones, doubtless for very important skyfolk. Seats and benches are nearby for those honored enough to come here and receive orders and judgments. It's dusty, though. Officials of sufficient importance don't come to this backwater often. Part of the purpose of this room is to broadcast wealth and power to the vassals. Haven engages in such spectacle all the time. There are many open windows in the south hall, letting in fresh air and giving a commanding view of the conquered lands to the south. There is one man here. He wears majestic robes studded with jewels. He stands, shaking slightly, in the center of the hall, waiting for you. You look at Sutter. His gaze is becoming distant again. You will speak, Rupert. I will contribute when needed. You approach a tiny old man puffed up by a spectacular shell of a robe. All colorful silk and small glittering jewels. His ceremonial garb is huge and fancy, billowing around him. Despite his age and terror, he is light on his feet. He walks toward you and gives some sort of bow of greeting, though all you can see of it is a jiggle of the robe. I have been sent to meet you, invaders. I am Third Barker, master of the southern reach of Jaheira. He looks back over his shoulder at the open windows, reinforcing himself with a look at the massive holdings of the Skyfolk. Sutter, on the other hand, steps back. You look at him, and he nods. He wants you to speak. He just wants to watch. I have a greeting for you. Third Barca stares at you silently. You give the traditional greeting drilled into you by mother's tutors from an early age. I am Prince Rupert of Haven. I greet you in the name of my land and my monarch, Queen Sharon III. We wish to peacefully speak with you so that we can learn about each other and come to an arrangement that benefits us both. A very long silence follows. Third Barca just stares at you. Your greeting is noted. Wait for him to say more. Third Barca says nothing. He just quivers under his robe. You look around for guards. Barca doesn't have any. Is that all you have to say? You made your little speech. I responded. His thin, high-pitched voice grows louder and more confident as he speaks. He has been a leader here for many years, and his habits soon return to him. You want kneeling, fear, obedience. We have learned Haven's ways. We can't oblige. Who are you exactly? I am a third of the Skyfolk, master of the south gate of the city, chosen by the High Court. He nods toward the 7 thrones. His shivers are entirely gone. I was selected to be the sacrifice who greets you. Who is the High Court? The 7 masters of the Skyfolk. You are in luck. One of them was here when your cowardly assault on our lands began. The Ascended is not here, but he knows what you are doing. He prepares. You say you are a third. A commander of 10 is a first. Of 100 is a second. This part of Chahara must deal with our possessions, so it merits the honor of a full third. Both your and Sutter's attention ebbs a bit for this part. You have dealt with countless foreign lands, and each has its own baroque way of organizing things. And how high do those numbers go for the Skyfolk? Barca smirks. Much higher. Agitate us further, and you will find out. Nice bluff. Wait, you're a sacrifice. Third Barca nods. You now understand why he is trembling, though the shakes don't return. Now I have one final purpose. I am to tell you that you will be tested. We must be tested. It has been made clear that we must respond to Haven's assault. However, if Haven's royal class is destroyed, your theft of our lands may be undone. Therefore, we must make one final attempt. Doing my duty will begin the process. Then he turns. He is old and his robes are ridiculous, but he can move remarkably quickly. He turns and propels himself toward the open windows to the south. Try to stop him. You rush after Third Barca. Sutter makes no move to help. The old man launches himself out the window. You hear a wet thud shortly after. Oh well, at least we got the traditional greeting out of the way. Really, Sutter? Something is about to happen. Now what? The silence of the city is soon broken. You hear a host of bloodthirsty cries coming from the streets below. The guards have returned and they are angry. Prince Sutter turns to you. His quiet ambivalence is gone. His eyes have a manic gleam. It sounds like we're close to someone who can actually negotiate. Let's punish this rabble and then perhaps we can achieve something. Great. We're gonna need to fight our way out, aren't we? Oh, hi. Thank you for the blessing. That helps. That one died. I can kill the hound. Thanks for bringing me closer. That actually helps. I am going to Mad Flurry this guy. He's dead. Now we got this one to kill. There's another warrior here, but we can take care of him. I had a feeling we were basically being lured into a trap. So are there more out here? Yes, there are. Oh, hi. I didn't see that hound behind us. Thanks for the blessing, Sutter. A heist would be much more useful, but there's not much we can do about that. Mad Flurry. That helps. Oh, they are really surrounding us here. Let's do another Mad Flurry. That helps. That one's bleeding. I think he may be... Oh, he actually survived. I'm impressed. Another one of these. That one's dead. Ow. Sutter, could you maybe do something? I may be about to die. Oh, crap. Okay, now once again, we have this going on down here. We now know that there's a bunch of guards right over here. Thank you, Sutter. Let's try and lure them back a bit. Ooh, I have an idea. Call an Infernal. That'll distract them a bit. Hopefully. I mean, the bleeding certainly isn't helping. Whirlwind attack seems fine to me. And Mad Flurry should help. Yep, that took care of those two. Thank you for bringing me into you. Okay, that helps. Ow. The stunning is bad. Okay, the bleeding killed him. Get down there and help. Okay. I think we're able to take them out now. Running down was the bad choice, as it basically meant everyone came for us. Almost. There we go. Alright, let me drop another quick save. Because something tells me we're going to be fighting more when we get out here. I was right. We're fighting more. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Okay, that one's stunned at least. Mad Flurry. That got rid of the collar, good. Oh, we've got more coming for us from the side. Even better. Thank you for that, Sutter. That took care of those three. Yep, we've got even more coming. There's a lot of them in here. Oh, hi! Did not expect that to happen. Please charge up and get rid of that collar, thank you. I definitely need to heal myself. You know what? Scrawl of Calling, distract them, and definitely need to heal myself. Twice, even. Sutter, I'm hoping you'll be okay. That construct... Oh, that construct should distract them while I get away from this hound. Nope, nope, the construct is dead. That didn't last long at all. Oh no, the construct... Now the construct is dead. Oh, even better. Summon an Infernal, maybe. Ah, crap. Hang on. Okay, so this is actually going to be extremely difficult. Let's wait for them to come to us, maybe. Or to Sutter. Either works. Okay, Sutter, you're definitely doing something to help. Right, Mad Flurry. It's the best we can do right now. Well, that one died at least. Drink that, and, another Mad Flurry. Ow. Drink that again. Mad Flurry again. That helped. Took care of a bunch of them. Thank you for bringing me down there. Drink this again. And definitely heal yourself. Okay, Sutter seems to be doing okay, relatively okay. I'm the one who's in the biggest trouble right here. Mad Flurry. That got rid of the collar, at least. Don't poison me! Definitely need to heal. And I can do it again. Sutter, why couldn't you have just killed that serpent? Oh, come on! This is getting really painful. And annoying. You know what? Haven's Might. That'll help out a lot. This is the only way I can get haste. Oh, this is definitely helping. Drink that. Mad Flurry. Killed a bunch of them. Not enough. The poison is terrible. I hate it. Drink another. Mad Flurry. Killed most of them. At least the haste lasts a while. Sutter, you can handle those guys just fine. I'm taking care of the ones on the west. We'll get through this. How did you get all the way over here? Well, either way. Okay, that one's dead. I'd rather you didn't do that, but we're okay here. Oh, great. Here come more of the guards. Well, I got some energy back. Oh, great. They're coming from the east now. Alright, heal myself, please. And Mad Flurry. That helps a lot. Oh, god damn it. Seriously? How are you supposed to get out of here? Are you just supposed to do this like this? Oh, jeez. This really is quite irritating. What if we head to the east? Let's try it this way. I may need to turn the difficulty down. Take care of this one. Okay, take care of this one, please. Oh, if I get too far from Sutter, then he just warps over to me. Okay, I get it. Heal myself, please. Good, that one's dead. Definitely gonna heal myself again. Sutter can keep them distracted. Well, some of them. Okay, Sutter, you're still doing okay. Yeah, you know what? Just focus on Sutter. He can survive all of this. I am gonna try and keep myself alive. Stop bleeding me. Oh, great. I was hoping to stay behind Sutter. Well, the caller is dead, as is that warrior. Please stop. Don't let me bleed to death. God damn it! Alright, so Sumi, I don't know if this is intended, but I am going to turn down the difficulty to casual just for this freaking part. This is really annoying. Much easier to kill him. I'm sorry, I've just been doing this for so much that I do not want to deal with this more. Sutter, you handle those over there. I'll handle the one up here. The bleeding is a massive pain. There we go. Sutter, I'd like your assistance here. Thank you. I don't like that I'm turning the difficulty down here, but it's really a pain having so little ability to heal myself and so little ability to do stuff when you have such a horde. Thank you, Sutter. Take out the collar. Thank you. And there were more out here, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, they're coming from behind. Right, that group that was over there. Now we need to kill them. Ugh, the poison. Alright, take care of these serpents, please. Thank you. Two more warriors over here. Sutter, a little help, please. Definitely need to heal myself again. There we go. Now let's move on further out of here. Hi, Akia. Hello. At last you reach the end of the grisly gauntlet the Skyfolk prepared for you. Hosts of their soldiers throwing themselves at you with perfect discipline. Even Sutter is exhausted. When you approach the gate out of the city, however, the attack ends. There is no signal. The soldiers just turn in unison and flee. Only one woman is left to face you. She waits by the gate. Her robes are brightly colored silk like those of Third Barca, just much more tasteful and covered with elaborate symbols that probably have some meaning. That is enough. I think all is clear. I am Akia of the High Court of the Skyfolk. I have authority to deal with Haven. Let us begin. I have a greeting I'd like to give you. You gave it to Third Barca. Our callers heard that conversation. Repetition is not necessary. You are part of the High Court. The ways of the Skyfolk are complex. I don't think you will ever show any real interest in learning them. Just know that I am a person who speaks with authority. My deals will be kept. You look at Sutter, who is watching her intently. He looks at you and makes a little signal with his fingers. He thinks she can be trusted. Why are you here, Akia? To deal, of course. You are invaders and thieves, and you sicken our gods. They will deal with you in years to come. For now, you can also be dealt with. As Akia speaks, you get a closer look at her. You find that you can determine very little. She wears some sort of thick, pale ceremonial makeup, and you think her styled black hair is a wig. She looks more like a golem or construct than a human. This is no doubt intentional. You look at Sutter, but he is still content to be quiet. He won't even meet your gaze. He only listens. You start to feel a tiny bit evaluated. I have the honor of coming before you, only lightly armed, to talk. Why were you given this honor? I was the only one of the High Court present in Chahara when you arrived. The others are active elsewhere in our realm, gathering our strength in case you make it necessary. We already talked to Third Barca, and he's dead now. Yes, his mistakes led to this whole conundrum. A more competent third would have detected and raised the Darmali before Haven could learn the fate of their pathetic distant relatives. Hyakia is very well informed about a lot of details. I am ready to negotiate. Of course. You are on our land, soaked with the blood of our warriors. Thus, I am comfortable asking you to make the first request. Prince Rupert of Haven, what do you want with the Skyfolk? The Skyfolk will make a good vassal for the Empire of Haven. This is the response we expected, of course. Unfortunate, but we must face the truth. If you would challenge the Skyfolk, there is a lesson you need to learn. And what is the lesson we need to learn? She stands up straight, and her voice grows deep and strong. We are the Skyfolk. We are a unified and eternal people, blessed of the mountain and the gods. Take our lands, and we remain. Drive us into exile, and we remain. As long as one of us lives, we are Skyfolk. You can't make the Skyfolk submit. You can only kill every one of us. Honestly, I don't think Haven has the will. To help you understand better, consider the Darmali. They are only distant relatives. You only just met them. Would you really wage such a war on their behalf? Yes, the Darmali need to be protected. We see that, and we are willing to extend to the Darmali a level of safety and protection beyond anything we have ever provided. They are crude outsiders and thieves, but we can still make a deal. What sort of deal do you offer? The Darmali can remain. They can have some land. They have assurances they will be free of our attacks. The Skyfolk and Haven are at peace. The Skyfolk can continue to rule our own lands in the way that we have in the past, the way Haven rules its lands. We will trade resources and knowledge, making each other richer while keeping a safe distance from each other. This is a fairer, gentler deal than any the Skyfolk have ever offered. You are seeing history, Rupert. You look back at Sutter. The complexity of the situation has exhausted him. He gives you an encouraging nod. Then he listens and waits. And where would the Darmali be allowed to live? Oh, I think they can have their current land. Perhaps a few of the less productive valleys to the southwest. A generous reward for invaders and thieves. Of course, this means that there is a firm border, and they must submit to it. The Darmali are Ro. They will not submit. If Haven makes them, they will. Even the most stubborn Ro would know that, if Haven withdrew its protection, they would be slaughtered. They will grumble, whine, make some angry songs of defiance. Then they will submit. Your sacrifices can't be allowed to continue. They will continue. Try to stop us and the war will come. Spilling of blood you don't have the stomach for. Your objections are noted and ignored. Our ways are our own, and that is the end of it. What will be the terms of our trade? This is a matter for diplomats. I assure you that you will find them pleasing. Lots of jewels and so on. If you have furs at home you need to purchase, we will make it possible. It would be to our advantage. What would happen to Andrasham? They are rebels and traitors. A lavish example must be made of them. Think of them no longer. Their fate is decided. And you want a response now? Of course. It is necessary. If we don't get some assurances, soon the blood will flow. You came far and fought much for this audience. Now that you have it, you must act on it to justify all the Skyfolk have lost. We came here for a purpose. The Skyfolk will be our vassals one way or another. High Akia shows no response to your words, though if she had an expression, the thick makeup would probably hide it. I will carry your words back to the High Court. There is still time for you to change your mind. We will hope for that. Otherwise, a great war comes, and you should not be so sure you can break our will. There is silence. It grows longer and longer. What are you waiting for? I am simply waiting to see if you have anything else to say. I know all I need. Thank you for this audience. High Akia gives the tiniest of bows, barely perceptible. Then she walks past you to the north toward the upper city. You handled that well. Give me a moment to think about the next move. It is time to act, at least. You have finally had your negotiation. It is done. There is nothing more to do here. It is time to go back to High Rataki, then the palace. It's time for judgment. Prince Sutter finally finds his voice again. At last, that is done. Of course, we aren't bound by anything you said here. The Skyfolk have backed down. They have shown fear and weakness. Now we can truly prepare. What do you think of what I said to High Akia? It doesn't matter. The Skyfolk are not vassals, not allies. We can lie to them at will. We are only bound to do what is to Haven's advantage. Is there anything else for us to do here? No, I think we should go before some of their soldiers decide to exhaust us further. What now? Home, Rupert. Meet me back at High Rotaki. Speak with me before you deal with Rasa Brunner. There are a few important matters to settle. Then you can return to the palace and report this glorious new opportunity to Mother. He gives you a tired nod. Then he marches off to the south, eager to retire from the battlefield. All right. That was a brutal fight. I am disappointed that I had to lower the difficulty in order to get through it, but I want to get through this, and I only had so much time in the episode, which has ended up going long. Next episode, I believe it's finally time to end Queen's Wish. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44. I'll say names for that. That is Prince Rupert. This has been a Let's Play of Queen's Wish 2, The Judgment, and I shall see you all next time.